Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on the 328, and today we're actually going to be replacing the crankcase ventilation hose. It goes underneath the intake manifold. When it gets little cracks in it, it causes all kinds of leaks. It causes oil to leak into the intake, make the car run bad, and it's time to replace those. And we're also going to replace the intake seals. So let's just jump right into the content and get this job started. Here is the parts number right here for our piece. You can see it's like a three-way piece. So this goes underneath the intake over here, kind of hidden. You can kind of see it in there. And then we have our brand new intake seals. You always want to replace them. They're super cheap, like 20 bucks. And you don't want a leaky seal between the head and the intake. First thing that we want to do is open up and pull out our battery tray, and it will be a 10 millimeter, and we want to disconnect the negative on the battery just in case. Boom, just like that, put it aside. Next, we're going to pull these two 15 millimeter torx. Carefully pull our piece out of the way. We're also going to remove the two 10 millimeter nuts holding in our power steering pump. One. And two. Yep, gonna need the magnet. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the 10 millimeter bolts holding in the air box. There's two of them. So now what we do is we come over here to the mouse sensor and we lift up this little tab right here and pull it out, just like that. Is I'm going to take a 6 millimeter and I'm going to loosen up the clip on our intake hose. Now go ahead and carefully wiggle our box until it comes out, just like that. Alright, so now I'm going to take my 6 millimeter and disconnect our intake hose. Boom, right here. Loosen enough. Now we're going to carefully disconnect our clips on our smog. There we go. Without breaking it. It's already broken halfway, so we don't want to break it anymore. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get our pieces. Slide my power steering hose up and out of the way, just like that. Now I should be able to get this hose out of here. Perfect. Now I want to remove the back of this plastic piece, so we're going to start. We push this piece over. Lift this up. There's little tabs on both sides. We're going to do that on both sides. The other side, same thing. Pull the piece down. Flip the tab. It's kind of a hard one to get to here. Just like that. Next, I'm going to remove the two 8 millimeter bolts, holding this on both sides. They're in the identical spot, and I'll be right back. Lastly, we only have one here. There should be 4, but there's one 8 millimeter holding this guy right here, and I will get that done. Now I'm going to take a And we're just gonna pop these out. Just pull it out, be careful, don't break it. Same thing with this. Boom, just like that. I'm gonna make sure that our microphone sensor is disconnected. Pull these couple little things here. And this thing should come right out just like that. Now I'm going to take a 10 millimeter and I'm going to disconnect the 4 bolts holding our throttle body in. I also want to press this tab just like that. See the press tab? Push down. Now here, if you wipe this with your finger, see how much oil comes up? That is when you know that your throttle, that your smog stuff isn't working completely. And I need to replace the valve cover too. Alright, so now what we got to do is there's 2 T25s down here at the bottom. It's really hard to see, but it holds on this block. You have to move your, kind of by feel. I can see it. So it's actually a T27 is the size. Alright, so up top, we want to press this tab. Now I'm going to take a Torx T25 and remove this line holding our fuel. We're going to disconnect the line and then we're going to put the screw back so we don't lose it. Perfect. One less thing to keep track of. Alright, so now I'm going to pull off these, like pushing the tab and pushing them down. Get those out of the way. Breaking it. Push in and disconnect. Just like that. Perfect. Now I'm going to use an external Torx 14 and disconnect our stabilizer bars. The other side, same thing. Got an E92 with an extension into the hole and break loose. You don't have to pull the bolt all the way out, but you just loosen it up. Now for the top, we're going to disconnect our sensor, push in, pull the tab. This tab's broken, I got to fix it. Alright, so now I'm going to disconnect my oxygen sensor, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a mark on the side of this one and a mark on the side of this one, so I know which oxygen sensor to pick up, so I don't get them accidentally mixed up. Push down the tab, pull. Push down the tab, and sometimes you gotta pop it. There we go. Just like that. So now what I'm going to do is come in here and lift this tab. This thing is broken most of the way already. We're going to, this is the hose that we're replacing. And so we're just going to pull and pop, just like that. See how the tab is just completely broken on this side? now we're going to take an 11 millimeter and we're going to go from the outside in, because we went from the inside out on the car. Alright, now that all your bolts are out, this thing should be ready to come out. Just carefully wiggle it out of place, and we got one more clip on the bottom right here. There we go. There we go. I don't want to fill each one of these so I don't get anything in the engine. Alright, so now we're just going to press. These things are a pain in the ass. Woo! Same thing with this one. There we go. That one came in a lot easier. Boom, just like this. Boom, just like that. Just like that. Good to go. Lastly, we're going to pull our seals. We're just going to pull them out. Alright, so now we're going to carefully get our intake back in. Actually, what we're going to do, there's that plug. Bottom. Boom. First I'm going to just tighten these very loosely. It's 11 millimeter. Final pass here with the 11 millimeter, and we're going to go 132 inch-pounds until we hear it click. Boom. Check them all. Lift our hose onto our new piece. Oh, she's on. We got 25. There we go. Fuel line's connected. Now, connect our Carefully hook this bad boy up. Pop it on. Good to go. We can do these first. Wait. Started. Bolts in for that's good. Plug our click.
There we go. I'm going to build up here. And then run this hose. Put it back in here. Plug that connected. Back in. Make sure it's not even snapping, but make sure it snaps. And then we're going to go lastly.
Alright, so now you get this. There we go. Just like that. And we tighten our 6mm here.
Over here. We want to get these on the right ones. This one goes here. This one. Maybe this one goes here. Shit. There we go. This one goes here. Like that. Now we bring this over. There we go. Perfect. Bring this around to here. Now we want to move our power steering up, back, over. And don't forget our connector for the mass sensor. There we go.
Alright, so lastly, we put our air box back in carefully. And make sure that your clamp is on the correct side, so you don't have to chase it down. And then we're going to just finagle this in here. There we go. Like that. There we go. Lastly, pick up our mat for our hose. Go in the car, fire her up. right. There we go. On the next video, I'll show you guys how we put in this valve cover. But you can see we got everything all nice and hooked up. We got our new hose, no more leaks. And everything is gravy. That is the end of the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If this helped you, make sure you shoot me a like or a comment to help me bring my stuff to other people. It could help also. Make sure you follow my socials. I'll put them at the bottom in a link. My Instagram at findfixxflip. Same thing with my Facebook. Our community is growing. Thank you guys for the support. And make sure you stay for our next video. I'm going to show you guys the proper way to install a new valve cover, because this is one of the things on these cars that leaks. So I'll see you on the next video. Have yourself a great weekend.